My girlfriend is dying and my boss keeps asking when I'm coming back. I'm gonna quit today. My girlfriend has terminal cancer and is dying at home with hospice. I told my boss I was going to take a leave of absence to be with her until she goes and he said okay. That was a few weeks ago. He texted me 13 times this week asking, "How are things?" Then yesterday said he was very surprised that someone can be on hospice as long as she has been already, because when they put his grandma on hospice she was gone within a few days. He keeps saying they really need me back and asking me how much longer I think it's going to be. I woke up dreading him contacting me again today because I know he will. When he does, I'm going to tell him I quit and won't be back at all. Everything else in my life is falling apart. I might as well let my career fall apart too. It's the least of my worries right now. Editing to add. It's a small company. There is no HR. Everything is my boss and his wife, who own the business. I'm a veterinary technician at a small family-owned farm veterinary business serving mostly horses and cattle. There are other technicians as well as the owner and his son, who said they'd keep me covered when the leave was first approved. I am on an unpaid leave because they said they couldn't afford to pay me for it beyond the vacation and PTO days I've already used up. I am going to sell the house my girlfriend and I own together and move in with my parents for a while after she passes. She doesn't know this, but it's the plan I've worked out with my parents privately. My mental health is already really bad and I know I'll need family around once she's gone. I'm not going to tell my girlfriend I'm quitting. I'm going to let her think everything is okay with the leave of absence so she won't worry. There is no FMLA protection for me in this situation because my girlfriend and I never married. We have been together 10 years. But she didn't believe in marriage, so we never got married. My state does not recognize common law marriage. Getting married isn't a possibility. For one, she's bedridden and barely conscious at most times. When she is conscious, she doesn't make a whole lot of sense with her thinking anymore, and it would be immoral to convince her to marry me now with her faculties not intact. Also, even if she did have them intact enough to argue with me about it, telling her that her personal and very valid feelings about marriage based on her own experiences in life don't work for me financially is flippant and cruel and not something I'm even going to consider wasting our last moments together pursuing. I'm so very sorry for what you're going through. Fuck cancer. Your job is the least of your concerns. Go deal with what's truly important. There are other jobs. You only have one family. I'm so sorry you're in this position. Do you know what your company policy is on this type of leave? Is it just up to the manager's discretion? If so, maybe just write him to say that you will contact him when you are coming back, and if that's not acceptable, you understand if he needs to fire you. Ask him to not contact you again because it is adding stress to an already stressful situation. Man, hospice can be months. Your job can suck it. Your GF deserves all of your attention. She is lucky to have you. A widow. Reply back with, "Hang on, I'll ask her to die faster for you." Why is it that vet teching is a notoriously toxic industry? I've heard so many horror stories about people being mistreated in this field, and it's wild to me that that would be the norm for such a specialized position. Trust me on this. You have a certain skill set that is highly valuable. Your career will not be in the dirt. And what's more is that no one deserves to have to spend so much of their time in a place where they're as undervalued. If you do quit, then at least you now know what kind of work environment you don't want to be a part of. And if you hold to that, you'll naturally phase out of those kinds of spheres. You're going to be okay. Take all the time you need and be patient with yourself. Let them fire you and collect unemployment if you can. I wonder if telling him I'm on leave and will not be answering any work-related messages would work. And then don't reply to him anymore. He sounds so insensitive. I'm very sorry you're going through this. A coworker's father once passed in similar fashion and was told, I need you to get over it and come back in, after my coworker being gone for less than 2 weeks. 5 of us quit over that. I would not advise you to quit. In most cases, it's always better to let them fire you. If he contacts you again, I would stand my ground and be firm about when you can go back to work. Firm, but professional, and do everything to cover your ass. That way you at least have your bases covered if he does decide to fire you. I'm sorry this is happening to you. I can't possibly imagine what you must be going through right now. I know everyone is suggesting you fight it and make them fire you, but I don't agree. My advice is, if you can quit, just do it so you can be with your girlfriend. It's not worth wasting energy on them. It's not worth the anxiety while being there for your girlfriend. My friend, is there anything we as a group can do for you right now? Do you need food or anything delivered? Hospice is hell for the caregivers, and you're not alone even if you feel that way. I know you're going through a lot, Op. It's not the same, but my dad passed away in June at home after a long battle with cancer. It is still with me every day. That being said, don't quit. You won't be entitled to unemployment if you do. I'd look at the rules in your state for FMLA and at the very least make your boss fire you. If you're dreading hearing from him, silence his number and move him to archived. I'm so sorry you're going through this. You're making the right decision to stay with her. You won't regret that choice. I'm so sorry you are going through this. I think a lot of people take the term girlfriend as a casual relationship. I'd use partner or something like that to be clear. This is a long-term, effectively, if not legally, married relationship. However, you are making the right decision. There are crystal balls and rubber balls in life. Relationships are crystal. Career is rubber. You can drop rubber balls and pick them up later. Relationships shatter and you shatter. I know lots of veterinary hospitals are desperate for technicians. You can pick that back up when you're ready. Again, so sorry you are going through this. I'm so very sorry this is happening to you. I wish strength for you. Fuck him. Collect unemployment benefits and never look back. One option: text your boss the next time he texts you. Please do not text me about my status any more, as it is extremely disturbing. I will let you know when I am ready to come in again. You granted me leave until it was time. I am taking the leave granted until it is time. And when it is time is not necessarily right after your GF's death. Take the time you need. We have been together 10 years. But she didn't believe in marriage, so we never got married. In many states, if you have been with and lived with a partner for years, you are default domestic partners, which may convey the same or very similar rights as marriage. FMLA itself does not extend to domestic partnerships, and would only apply to companies with more than 50 employees. But it looks like several states mirrored the same rights and protections for domestic partners, especially if you register your partnership with the state county. https://legalmatch.com/lawlibrary/article/domestic partnership rightsbstate.html. I know it's terrible to even try to think about legal matters at a time like this. However, you too may have more rights here than previously thought, and because the situation is so dire, it is all the more important that the rights you two do have are respected and that her will be known and carried out properly. I'm so sorry about your girlfriend. No one should have to go through something like that. Very simple solution. Block your boss's number and go no contact until you are either ready to work or check once a week if they fired you. If they did collect unemployment, don't let them make you quit. My condolences to you and your girlfriend. She is what's most important right now. My mother was in and out of hospice 4 different times. Everyone's case is different. Try to enjoy every second. Hug her and hold her. You have be strong for her. Fuck your boss.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.